Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Factorio production scrap. Last time we ended with trying to figure out how we could make this backup a little less likely. We looked at we tried fiddling with a couple of designs for some splitters that would allow, in this case, the copper to pass through, and kind of got stuck at the end of the last stream. So, in the last, since 2 days ago, when we were on last, I did do some experimentation. I designed a couple of different, I think that we had ended with this splitter here, and I designed a couple of different ones, and I could never get it narrow enough to fit in the gap or in the space provided here where the smelting column was. And I kept trying, and finally I came up with this. However, it doesn't quite fit. So instead, I looked at how I could connect two of them side by side and make them overlap just enough that they fit, and these do. So by tweaking the adjoining components of this, I was able to get this too wide siphoner extractor to work properly. So let's kind of go over what this does. Oops, I'm in map mode still. So the first belt comes in here. This splitter forces all copper scrap to proceed onto this side of the splitter, so that it goes directly into this splitter, while everything else gets pushed into this bypass here. Once the copper scrap reaches this splitter is set to force all output to the left, so it will force all copper scrap that it can find onto this belt and toward this splitter. If this gets backed up in some way, and the copper scrap cannot continue on here, then the copper scrap can then proceed out of this output of the splitter and into this splitter, where it can be merged back in with the other items that were passed, the other items that came through this splitter. So then we have belt 1 continuing on, and then it gets to go into this other splitter here that I should have changed to be iron. I think iron was the third one. Yes. To be iron, where the same thing can happen with the iron. Exact same concept. It gets bypassed, and anything that gets bypassed both of these then comes out of the bottom here, or comes out of the end here. The same thing happens with belt 2, where it gets skipped over belt 1, or the splitter for belt 1, comes up, gets handled the same way, goes under the splitter for belt 1 again, comes back up, gets handled the same way, and so on with belts 3 and 4 down here, 3 being this one, 4 being this one, 3 and 4 again, and then at the end they end up again all together in the 4-belt bus. Up here we're merging belts 1 and 3 into this splitter, and 2 and 4 into this splitter, and then they get combined into this splitter, which is perfectly aligned for the splitter at the bottom of the smelting columns. So let's grab this blueprint. I'll just put it in my paste queue here. And we can run up here and cut off these 4 belts and let them drain through. I don't remember, I guess I could look at exactly how big this is. Right there. I want to cut this off one above where this will connect. Let's let everything get flushed in and through both of these extractors. And so the point of this whole extractor is to just make sure that that it doesn't back up like it did during the last episode, because that was pretty horrible. Okay, I think everything is through now. We can pull out, we'll say that much. I'm not exactly sure how much it will take, but of course the bots are taking my stuff. Okay, that's good spacing. So this is copper. So we need to reconnect it now. Oops. And then the copper should start splitting off into these side pipes here and continuing on. If I were to force this to back up like that, then we'll see, hopefully, some copper continuing on this direction. Yeah, so you see copper on belt 3. No, this is belt 3, belt 4 here, passing through because it can't possibly get out of this way because it was backed up. So I want to actually do that. I shouldn't have actually turned it on because I want to actually do the same thing here, with just the single this time. Let's let all that get processed. So I'm hoping, that was perfect, I'm hoping that this processes everything the way that I am expecting it to, and that we can finally move to handling something else. And the first thing we need to handle is expanding the green circuits. Let's see, this is a bunch of junk in here, which is still trying to get pulled into, or it still can't get pulled in here because this stuff's all still coming in here from all of the smelting. We may end up having to upgrade this entire loop to red belts sooner rather than later. And we may end up with actually having to upgrade these belts coming from smelting sooner rather than later. There's just too much scrap coming down the pipe, I think, at this point, from all the smelting and from green circuits for that matter. Okay, we got rid of all that scrap. While we see how that works kind of long term, we're still doing some research here. I can't hear... Oh, that's why I can't hear game sound. I couldn't hear the game sound. I had it muted. Okay. I was hoping that everyone else was able to hear at least. I'm going to grab the copy from this up here. I want to go from this splitter to this splitter. Oh, I can get rid of my... I can get rid of these first. There's no reason to keep these because we have them up here, so I don't need to keep this temporary blueprint down here. So I'm just going to paste 5 more of these because we figured out the last time that this was 1 red belt's worth, which is 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just realized I did not copy the scrap emptier belt over there. Okay. Pick up these trees. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. I am out of blue inserters, but all I need to do is go up here into the logistics range, which I'm going to extend. Then they will come and visit me. Do this via map mode. This goes there. The bots will actually pick that up and take care of it for me. Any other help I can provide the bots here? I stepped out of the zone, of course. Let's go back into the zone. So the bots will bring me some stuff because we're out of a lot of stuff. Actually, the bots will bring me stuff, but they'll actually be building stuff because they are... almost everything is in the zone, and it will be once this actually gets built. Hey, Phasian. Welcome. Alright, that is built, so I can move again. Bots can continue to try to bring me stuff now. Here they come, I see them now. And then I need to build this belt here. Oh, I didn't actually... I missed a lot. I missed this entire last belt. That was brilliant. let's just go ahead and put this down again. I don't need to be standing on the belt, though. There we go. Now we can empty this of its scrap. So that's going to cause a lot more scrap to come on those belts, which is excellent because it will. Ooh, I forgot we need to hook this copper up, it'll test our new extractors properly. Let's keep the research going. See if we can do some stuff that I know we need or I would like to have. Those are always useful. I'll do military eventually because I want to get Power Armor Mark II. That's always useful. Those are useful, especially because this affects the regular inserters at this level. Go ahead and get that one too. Get this connected. Then I would like to find a way to split this off wisely here. I think the way to do it would be to split it here. Just going to give myself a bunch of room. This can go this way and connect into that one. Then the other one can go this way, connect in here. I think that works that way. No, wait, that's not what I wanted. That could have been really bad. Or do I? No, I actually don't want this to go this way. If I want this to go anywhere, I want it to merge back with this one. Maybe we move this up a tile. No, that one. Bring this back here. And I'm actually just going to make sure this gets shoved all the way to the right by default. That way it just goes to circuits, just supplement circuits. I think it's fine like that. We're just under that copper in my inventory. Iron too, but we don't have that much iron. Okay. So, at this point, we are not producing enough copper to fill this smelter yet. Something's backed up here. Belt 3 is totally jammed. Because it doesn't have an output. Swift. Something happened with this one. It didn't come out right. Interesting. Wonder how that worked. Well, I think it matches the back half of this one anyway, at this point. Yes, it does. So as long as it matches that at this point, it's fine. So that's why that was backed up. Good. It wasn't actually a real backup. Now we have collection on these, so I don't need to worry about them. I recall when we set this up that we're missing one scrap item. I think it was logistics scrap. So I'm going to put a second chest here just for the logistics scrap. Just in case. And I'm fine with that, getting priority on that belt. There's not going to be that much of it anyway, and it's only one item, so it's fine. It occurs to me that I should perhaps, of course there is some, I should perhaps run this on the inside instead of the outside. Probably not a bad idea. because the outside is going to be always be backed up due to this. Well, it shouldn't though, because this should actually get forced all the way over here. This should be the fullest belt coming in, but I think it's just because all the scrap coming around the loop is getting forced into this belt. So that one's always so backed up. I think I'm fine with it though. If this stays full and these are still moving, I think I'm fine with it. Alright, let's see who's backing up. I think it's all just copper and iron. I don't like that these are so far from this. I may move these over here and move this down. We can move this balancer at some point then too. I think that, and then maybe I'll move this back over here then. I don't think that this is good, that these pieces, these scrap pieces, are going all the way around the loop to end up here, because that's the only place they're going is here. So I think perhaps we do this, we swap this around and put that over there. So let's take this out. I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to cut it to here. And I will just put it way down here at the bottom once these all process through. We are dumping an awful lot of iron and copper plates back out onto, and that pushing that onto the third belt is kind of good, or the fourth belt rather, except again that it's these are going all the way back around. So I think we talked about at one point possibly rearranging these so that they are in some semblance of logical order, and that may be a good task to do in a future stream because there's just so much going on here. It may also be beneficial to do some more of that smelting down here. The problem is getting those belts back out. The other option is to rearrange this so there's opening here and put some of that smelting here instead, and then running those belts up to the bus this way. That's probably a smarter option. And then that way we can smelt the products that are coming from these assemblies here, so they don't have to loop back around, and then these smelters are more dedicated towards the plates coming in from the smelters. I mean, primarily. Okay, so this is effectively done. I think I'm fine with picking up that much. This goes here, except that these don't need to be undergrounds anymore. Then I can place these in here, and those can continue. Now I want to do the same thing here and get this stuff moving again. Oh, there we go. Get that stuff moving again. Some of it's going to get pulled off into here, which is good. Not sure how we got purple science. Maybe it sneaked onto this belt. Probably when we were fiddling with this. I remember we did fiddle with this at one point, and I said, "Uh-oh, I wonder if any purple science got through on the scrap belt." And we took this splitter out, and apparently I was right. Okay, so once that kind of dies down a little bit, I think we will move this down, copy these over to here, and work it that way. So let's cut this off here. Let those flow through. We're going to cut this all out. And then I'll copy this whole piece here. Actually, I should cut it. I shouldn't copy it. And I'll fix that balancer on the end there. Another way. Do I want to... I can't jam it that far down. Maybe I'll just put it right... Is that enough room? If that goes there... I think that's enough room for these... Well, we will try it. That can go there. And then, if we copy these, I'm just going to copy them. We copy these just to there, I think. They do fit. Sort of. I want to put it there, though. Or I could put it there. I think I could put it right there. And I think that works perfectly. No. I want to put it here. No, I don't either. Where do I want to put this? I want to line these pipes up. They might be backwards, but I want to line them up here, I think. I think that's what I want. They're not backwards. Excellent. I planned that correctly, apparently. Okay. Now, this comes out. I'm out of yellow belts, interestingly enough. I'm going to actually put these into the first lane. The reason... Well, I'm going to put one in the first lane and one in the second lane. The reason being that they're going to get sucked right into this. So I want them to be... Put that in the wrong spot. I want them to be able to come straight through and get right into those. I'm actually even going to prioritize these just to make sure they actually get into that lane. I want to do an input priority from the left, from both of these. You don't need to be there. Well, we'll fix it. Okay. So this will pull anything into that lane. Except that I want these to also do input priority from the left. So that they prioritize their innermost belts in order to make sure that the scrap coming out of these goes into these immediately. Okay. Connect that up. Make sure we have able to process that stuff. It is completely dry. Is that true? Wow. Probably be because I stopped everything here again. Let's go ahead and turn this loose. Just so that we can get the processing going again. Connect this guy up. These need to be connected. Just going to connect them down. Let's do an undergroundy here. Oop, let's connect these up too. Do those, and then we can do another pair here. Okay, so those are processing again. And good. These are getting some on this side. That's what I was hoping for. Oh, I need to fix. That could have been really bad. Really messy. Probably was actually really messy. Probably hanging out down there on that belt. Oh, that goes there. This goes here and here. Oops. This goes here. Oh, did it again. Okay. I'll just come down here to the bottom of this belt where I'm sure there will be some... There's not any solid fuel hanging out there. Wow. Okay. Actually, I will put this in one of these machines. So that looks a little bit better. I think I will look at the priority, the possible order for these, and we'll do that in a later stream. I'll look at it off stream, and we'll do it in a later stream. Just because I think me sitting here trying to figure that out while everyone is watching is not a good use of your time. So we might not be. Yeah, our smelting is still way backed up. It might be good to balance these in a couple of places. Just to kind of... I don't know if it helps any. Probably not. Yeah, we're shunting so much copper and iron plate from here into here that this just can't keep up with the whole processing of it. And we need to just have more smelting over here for the reduced scrap. Okay, well, we'll let that run. Hopefully it goes down a little bit. So let's go up to the mall here. And we'll work on... Hey, look. We'll work on some mall retrofitting. Here at the north end of the mall, we need to add in... not bad. I don't know if I showed this the last time. I actually expanded out into this copper patch in order to have enough lanes of copper to feed these 5, because that copper patch is a little bit smaller than this iron patch. This iron patch so far is able to handle these 6 iron smelting columns, plus the tiny little bit that goes into the concrete. And we're doing okay on coal for right now. I did set up a separate coal patch down here that is way over minered right now, because it's only going on to 2 yellow belts, and I think it could just about handle 2 red belts. Not going to be quite accurate, but yeah, 111, well, minus the dead ones, but it could just about handle 2 red belts, so it could actually handle double this amount of smelting, or of power. So if, or when this patch gets a little weak, we could move the power all down here, or add some down here if we need to add some before we get around to the... nuclear. Okay, so the last time we did the tier 1 batteries, this whole row. So I want to do this. I want to do just this far, because then we'll need another scrap belt there. This goes 1 off from the scrap belt that's there, so it goes there. Why were those undergrounds there? Is there a reason? Oh, from a... That makes sense. But I think I handled that elsewhere. The roboports are covered, so we can just do regular belts here. probably also... Is there any use for these belts beyond? Not in this mall, anyway. So I'll just go ahead and fill these in and end them right there. First thing I want to do is upgrade these machines. Can't reach. And then I will get rid of these machines. Give them back to the factory. Hey Salem, welcome to the stream. I have a screenshot that I was using previously to see what was in this mall, so we didn't have to keep skipping around. Let me pull that up myself here. These are... Oh wait, before we do that, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's put in the filter inserters that we need on each of these machines. So this one is tier 2 belt, or tier 2 batteries, which we have. This one is laser equipment, I think. Personal laser defense thing. Yeah, that's what that looks like. And then these are the second tier personal roboports. In order to handle these properly, we need to have long-handed inserters and undergrounds. You are producing battery and circuit. Battery and circuit. You have military and battery. And you are just logistic. Steal that one there. Okay, so these are those. These are those. And these are those. I think I can connect these up now. We don't have blue circuits yet coming in here. We also don't have low density structures on the network yet. So we'll have to wait until some of this stuff gets made, but it'll be okay. I forgot to put those in. Alright, so this is Shields Mark II. That is already set, and this is nuclear fusion reactors. So, we also need to handle our belts for this. And I think that is it for that section. We'll need to put in a scrap belt here. We'll also need to figure out how to handle all of this. Well, this will end up being a long-handed inserter, which we'll probably put up here someplace. Let me go ahead and take that out. Put it in like that. We need to put a scrap belt in here. You will need to go underground, as will you. I think I will move this over one so we can have a scrap output. I think this will need to be another long-handed inserter. Go underground here. And underground, stop here. That'll handle those. We need power for this guy. Alright, so that's at least tentatively correct. Let's grab the next row. Or the next two rows, rather. And that'll be it, surprisingly, for this mall. I do think, we can look, but I do think that the mall creator has a second tier mall here. Here it is. They do. However, they do not add any machines to it. They just upgrade everything to Assemblers Mark III, blue belts, probably some stack inserters in there. Actually, no stack inserters right in there. And it looks like all the logistics chests that we could ever want. Speaking of which, we could do that too at some point. Upgrade the logistics chests. Okay, so we'll need to have scrap from this one, I'm assuming. Scrap from here, scrap from here. We'll need another scrap belt up there. This is connecting properly, as is that, which is electric engines. Really? Yeah, electric engines. Both those can't be made in tier 1. Right. Makes sense. That's why I was questioning it. You get to have those back to yourself there, Maul. This needs to get moved. This whole pipe needs to get moved up. Well, doesn't it could actually could stay where that was. It needs this machine needs to be rotated. This pipe needs to be moved on this side of this machine, or this scrap belt. Just for fun, I will put that there. Why haven't the bots placed those combinators? Do we not have them all making? They're just not making them. It's not making them. Interesting. Oh, it can't make them. Let's run down there and fix that. It may not be making any it isn't making any combinators because the combinators need the copper wire, and they can't reach. There we go. All right, now we have combinators getting made. Just in case. Nope, before I do that, so the engines, these engines are getting put in a box here. These are just going directly into there, which are getting put in a box there. These are getting put into a box here. And then they'll need a scrap belt up here. I'll have to connect that up to our lubricant pipe. Alright, so I think I can connect these up now. These produce military and circuit scrap. I think we had... Did I look for that filter? Nope, doesn't. Okay. Military and circuit. These are also the same. That easy. Electric engines produce engine and circuit. These also are the same. I believe the engines are just engines. And just put that in there like that. And these are electric and circuit. Okay. Electric engines go into this box. Shields Mark II. Exoskeletons. There. And then fusion reactors. Okay. This will be, what are those? The flamethrower turrets? Yeah, we're not going to actually use any of those, but I'll let them all build them anyway. Oh, and it's military and engines. We had a military and engine combination already. Military and engines. Okay. See, this needs to be connected there and there. Excellent. So basically, this should be good. with the exception of the fact that some of this stuff can't be made because it's missing. We can connect the lubricant up. These cannot be made because they don't have low density structures, which come onto this belt via this requester chest once we have them being made for the rocket. I will just have them bought it over as the mall designer intended. This is also a lubricant pipe for the... Wow. Yeah, I'm not hooking that up yet. Also a lubricant pipe for the blue belts. But I'm not going to let them turn those on yet, because I don't know when I'll actually want to use blue belts, but it's going to be a bit. Like that. Need to finish connecting it to the electric engines, though. Just short. And those have started up. Excellent. Alright, so the mall is effectively done. We'll come back up here and get these three going once we have the structures. I want to look for any other red dotted machines, because that's telling me that they're not getting something that they expect. Everything should be yellow, which means the machine is backed up, or green, which means the machine is running. This one is red. Because it wants... Oof. Let us... No, that's not going to work. Well, let's do this. Like that. We'll put that machine there, or that inserter there. And this inserter here. Alright, you're getting the stuff you need now. Scream real loud if you see... Set those up. If you see any machines with red dots. This is those. They are just inserter scrap. Where are they going? This one's going here. Oh, no, that is fine. Because we have the inserter scrap getting pulled off like that. And those also are inserter scrap. And they're getting handled the same way. We do need to connect this to the logistics network, though. For these, I'd say less than 50. Not 650. 50 is fine. I can clear that filter then. Nope. And these... I'll let it make 100 of these, just for fun. What are you waiting on? Gears. Huh. I must have left that inserter out. And you just need those. Okay. Excellent. No. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, I must have moved it. It must have been over here originally. Okay, these guys are running. They're just going to be slow for a while. Alright, let's go see how horribly backed up our horrible backup is. Don't need stone. I don't need a lot of this stuff, but... Oh! It is not horribly backed up. That is a good sight to see. How's our science doing? I need a radar out there. Looks like we're well backed up here. Looks like our limiting factor is blue circuits. Shocking. Plenty of those. Plenty of those. Yep. Our limiting factor is blue circuits. Let's run down here. We can put a radar out. We have one in our bags. Good, I have more space here now. Let's run down here and see where we can Let's see, make sure blue circuits looks good once we get our radar out here. Okay, it needs to be out in this vicinity somewhere. Means one more. Of course I did. One more power pole. And then the radar. Excellent. So now how is blue circuits doing? Well, the micro blue circuits we have here for yellow science. It's running. That's good. Oh, that's why it's not working well. I didn't include a sufficient output belt. How silly of me. Okay, that should run a little bit more greedily now. Because it's blue circuits, so it's always greedy. So that should give us a nice little boost to the yellow science production, which would be nice because, oh yeah, I gave it mining productivity, which it takes 1,000, so that's taken a little while. Plenty of blue circuits coming in now because that's where they were backed up at. Did see, okay, good, it's moving along again. We're only taking from primarily one side of this. Am I concerned about that? Probably not. Why are you... Oh, because you're not getting any blue circuits. Alright, that's good. I'm not that concerned about it, because if it were taking enough to need both sides, then it would fill both sides. So I think I'm okay with this being unbalanced without putting a balancer in there of some kind. I don't think it's necessary. Alright, so we'll let that run. Now that we have it straightened out. Looks like we are running low on plastic. Which doesn't really surprise me because I think the blue science alone needed 4.5, so about a third of a belt of plastic just for blue science alone. And then we're also making more red circuits here, which is not even producing fully. Oh, actually it is. It's just not. It's actually, we're producing enough to keep this backed up, even though it's not coming fully into this belt. I think it's about time to expand plastic. Oh, the other thing we can do is get that gray science off of this circular bus here. I think we should also do the same kind of thing with the stone as we did with the metals, and do a multi-part splitter here so that the stone comes into this. Now the stone can still output priority to the left. I forgot how I did it already. Okay, vacuum that up. You can take all that and... Oh, no stone. Surprise. We will prioritize it output to the left. And then I can bring the right back in. I'll just flip this around like this. Like that. And you can have more stuff now. I thought of something. I'm sending generic scrap to the logistics network out of my bags, and it has nowhere to go. So let's drop it off in there. We're still not pulling this in yet because this belt is just so crowded. Maybe I will change that up to come in from the inside. That might be better served. So this is effectively the same as these. Here I just put it on the bend because of where it's positioned. But I also need to deal with gray science in the same manner. Guess I can just deal with it here and then just turn it around backwards. Actually, I can deal with it right here. I can output priority to the left, the gray science, like this. Vacuum that up. Because anything coming back in here is just going to get shoved into this belt. So that saves me a little bit of a hassle later. And then we can send the gray science. No, let's send the gray science back in this direction. On the fourth belt in this array here. Underground. Down this way somewhere. Way down here. Yellow splitter. Input priority from the left. Underground to... No. Underground here. Underground here. So I need the gray science to end up on the outside of this belt. Yeah. So in order to accomplish that, I will just do a side load. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of gray science on that belt. Gobble away, little bots. Thank you. Just do it like this. And the gray science will now appear on the outside of this belt so that it appears on the top side here and goes into the same lane as the gray science there. Get rid of my science in my bags. It's explosives that I don't need. I don't even have cliffs to use those on. That's pretty bad. Okay, sorry, I was checking. And we are still pretty gummed up here. So I think that'll be the next solution, is to rearrange these at the beginning of the next stream. Let's see, what else can we do for this stream? Let's look at what we have going on here. And I probably will end up taking this smelting column out, because I don't think it'll be needed. I'll leave it here for now, but I don't think it'll be needed once we're processing this iron and copper over here. And I think I'll leave space for 4 smelters for iron, 2 for each iron and copper over here. And then we'll move some of this other stuff around and get those in somehow or other. These will actually come out now. So they can come out now. That's what we can do. We can clean this up. Let's just get these taken out. I'm not sure what I'll do with these 2 at this point. They're not producing enough, I don't think, to matter a whole lot. And they're outputting stuff that can get used later here anyways. Yeah, steel plates, iron plates, copper plates, and then obviously the juice. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up too much. I don't think it will. Oh, be careful, Wally. Got a lot of junk in our bags again. Actually, maybe I'll keep that. I should probably put down some sort of pathing now that we're this far into the game. So we have some space here that we can move stuff around in and to. What is backing up most of anything? Just the circuits are getting handled pretty well here. It's really just this iron and copper. So I think once we figure out how to deal with that in the next stream, that'll be much, much easier to handle. Right, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. By this point in time, hopefully the gray science for the most part has been pulled out of the system. I did see some stone sneak by on the second belt. Hopefully that'll get pulled into the first belt at some point in this process. But wow, that's still plunking along. Why? Why does none of... Oh, I know why none of it... Right, I wonder if I should change the way that this works a little bit. That should let more in. Because we were only getting one belt worth, and then it wasn't ever coming into the second belt because of the way that these work. Now it should come into this second belt, and then more can go into these, and possibly even bypass the copper. I would like to see a little bit of copper make it into here just for fun. So now we have a decently full 4 belts. That's good. Coming into the smelters. I should set up an extractor for the explosives, just so that they're not circling the belt forever. It's kind of mesmerizing, watching all those different things on the belt. I mean, you know, when you see these belts, it's all the same. It kind of all meshes together. At least the new sprites for the ore, and I assume stone and coal as well, have some randomness to them. Yeah, they all have some randomness to them now, so at least those aren't as monotonous. But like looking at the plates and in the bricks and stuff like that, they all look the same. So having the different patterns there looks nice. But having a complete like sushi belt action going on here just kind of really is really neat looking. Okay, well I think I'm gonna call it at this point. Fazian, are you still here? I think Fazian was gonna take over here and have you all join him for some. I'm not sure what are you planning on playing? Accidentally muted myself there. Are you planning on some more Monster Hunter, continuing from last night, or were you going to try a new game, or not a new game, but a different game? Okay. 20XX sounds like fun. I enjoyed your series on it on YouTube back a few months ago, so I'd be glad to see that again. So if you start your stream up, I have well, probably, yeah, you'll probably get 7 people out of me unless... Because I have 7 viewers right now, so one of those is you, but one of yours will be me, so that'll be an even trade. Alrighty, let me get you... Yeah, I might need to refresh. Let's see. Yep, I see you there. Alright. Let's raid them. Raid them like crazy, guys. Alright, thanks for coming to my stream, and we will see you all next time. Bye.